Beckham kind of deal with the ball, the shape that it is and stuff?
It's a lot tougher. There's ways to do it. I'm not super consistent with it yet. I was able to pull it off in Cleveland consistently with the wind coming in from right to left, kind of pushed the nose down for me. So it was a little easier with a wind, which, who would have thought something would be easier in a stadium with wind than in AT&T, but it definitely helped that ball.
Sorry if you've already been asked, but whenever you were learning how to kick and doing those training sessions years ago, how much were you looking at the adjustments of the standard?
I looked around at everyone, just kind of see what their form looked like, all the guys in the NFL, and everyone's so different. You got guys like Butker that I thought I would be like, because I have the same body type as him, but he does things with two steps, and I wasn't comfortable in that. And then Tucker's just he's different. Everyone's different, so you take a little thing from each person, but at the end of the day, you got to go out there and find your own form. So that's what I mostly did. I learned quickly to not look at other guys that they do things way differently than me. It might look similar on TV, but it's so different from kicker to kicker that you can't really go out there and replicate other guys.
Did you talk much at the Pro Bowl with him? Did you talk much
Yeah.
at the Pro Bowl with him?
I spoke with him briefly. We were on the field for the competition thing. I ran actually pretty late. My flight was delayed, and I got on the field like pretty much an hour after the event was supposed to start. So he might have been frustrated with me there, but we spoke. He's a great guy. Seems like a good dude, and he's been successful in the league, so he's doing something right.
I know it's not what you think of, but would it mean something to one day take that record for longest field?
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you can get your name in the record books, it's pretty fun. So any way I can do that would be awesome.
Well, you've done it. You made your first 13 kicks from 50 plus. What goes into you having that record and that success early on those? Do you feel good?
Yeah, just having confidence out there, knowing that that's in my range, and then having the confidence in the operation and blocking team around me to know that I can go out there and hit that ball. So they take away all the variables for me. It's just go out there and hit a clean ball.
What is your range? CD said he'd be comfortable with you kicking from 70. Dak said, why not 75 indoors for Brandon Aubrey? What's your range?
We'll just wait and see. I mean, we don't really practice from back there, so I mean, we'll just have to see. I mean, they'll keep calling it if the situation pops up, and one day we'll end up short and call it that.
So all you need is adrenaline for that. You don't need to practice a kick that long, just the adrenaline?
It just makes bad habits to practice from back there, and like you said, in game you have a little bit more juice, so it goes a little bit further. And if I go back and start practicing 70-yard field goals, my ball flight's going to get lower. I'm going to be more aggressive at the ball. I'll start losing my consistency, so not something I want to practice.
And why do you think it's been historic throughout the league, not just you, like the amount of 50-yard field goals that have been going in across the league? Why do you think kicking in general, long range, isn't as difficult as it used to be?
I still think it's as difficult as it used to be. I think the kickers are just better. Guys practice more. You have spring leagues that are providing more opportunities for guys. The coaching is better. You're paying guys more money to do it. So at a younger age, people are starting to do it because they know that's a career path they could have. And then just guys are just better. There's no better way of saying it than that.
I know we talked in camp a little bit about how just so much has changed from last camp to being here now after last season.
Yeah.
How do you wrap your mind around just how much has changed and enjoying whether it's Dak and CD saying things like that, or like seeing Post Malone wear your jersey at a concert, things like that?
Yeah, I mean it's crazy for sure. It comes with being a Cowboy, and it's something you can't really prepare yourself for. But I'm an older veteran or an older rookie last year, so I've kind of matured through my failures in the MLS, and all those things serve as distractions. And realistically, I've come here to kick balls, and just got to remind myself of that. When you see something like that, it's like, oh, that's really cool. But that all stops once I start missing field goals. So just keep the main thing the main thing.
Is there any number that's just ridiculous to you?
Field goal length?
Yeah.
I'd say anything like north of 75 starts sounding pretty crazy.
A lot of people know the story of your wife being like, I think you might be able to do that. Has there been a moment over the last year or so where she's like, I told you so?
Yes, but in a good way. Like just kind of, I knew you could do it. Not so much told you so. Like you got to listen to me. Like more of a good thing.
Yeah, that kick, that first one in Cleveland, do you guys, even though it was a miss, if you look back and you're like, hey, it did kind of go similar to what we wanted, you and Bones kind of like use this almost a data point to like in the trial and
yeah, absolutely. For me, that the one you're talking about, the one in
Or not in
18?
Cleveland, sorry,
Okay.
AT&T,
Yeah, so that for sure, that's something that we've seen, something that if we could replicate it every time, we'd absolutely do that, but it's just not something that is repeatable, because that ball could land anywhere and could kind of kick any direction, so it's not something we want to do often.